Hello and welcome to the Sports Bench with Greg and friends. Tonight we're going to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's the day before open free agency for the NBA, which means that any free agent can sign with anybody they want. And it's an interesting couple of days since we had a major trade with the Miami Heat, picking up Bam and having Big Giannis go down there. And then also, the Warriors are talking about right now possibly trading for Anthony Davis, thinking about trying to pair him up with LeBron James. Well, let's get into it. Number one, let's talk about LeBron James. So, there's been all kinds of talking in the last week or two, actually for many weeks, about what LeBron is going to do. And I know exactly what LeBron wants to do. I do. I just think I do. Because number one, LeBron is all about money. First of all, he wants to make as much money as he can as he closes out his career. And the place that he can make the most money is with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, he has come out and said that he wants to enjoy playing when he does play. That's what he wants. He wants to enjoy playing. He has said nothing about winning games. He said nothing about anything else, being on a super team. But that appears to be from his agent saying that he wants to win another championship. But I have to think that in my mind with the Lakers, since he can make the most money with the Lakers, plus he can stay inside town, he doesn't have to go out of LA, pack his bags, temporarily go someplace else like Miami, which is all the way over on the East Coast, or Cleveland, which is even almost as far. And then the closer team is the Warriors. So let's talk about potential possibilities for LeBron. If he really wants to win, if that's the most important thing to him, being with the Lakers is not the right choice. Reason being that basically his position has been filled now with Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is the ball handler. He's the guy that's got to have the ball in his hands all the time so he can distribute the ball amongst shooters and be able to drive and shoot the ball. That's what he does. That's what he's done since his career started, and he's right now a generational player that can do that. Now, that was LeBron James' job. That was his job before Luka came, and that's what LeBron James is. He is basically a point guard, or at least he thinks he's a point guard, because that's the position he likes to play. He likes to bring the ball up the floor. He likes to read the defenses. He likes to be able to throw those rocket passes to somebody in the corner for an open three. That's what he likes to do. And when the Lakers got Luka Doncic, they basically replaced him, his position, because last year he was playing along the sidelines. He was only getting involved in bringing the ball up at the floor once in a while, maybe when Luka was out. But you still have Austin Reeves, which now signed a new contract, and we're going to get to him in a minute. But he's the other part of the key equation now, because going forward, the Lakers have their backcourt of the future. Super shooters, guys that can set other people up, they can create their own shot, and that's what they have. So now they got to build the rest of the team. So thinking during the draft, I think I mentioned, they should try to focus on getting big players, 3 and Ds, or possibly even centers. And I predicted that Terrence Reed would be available at about the 25th position, and he was. But the Lakers went another direction. They went with another guard. He's 6'4.5". He's not really big, but he's got super athletic. And, I didn't watch him much in college, but I can see from the videos and the highlights and everything that this guy has great athletic possibilities. But depending on who you talk to, people are saying that he might not be a good defensive player yet. So here we go with the Lakers, another experiment with somebody. They want a 3 and D guy, and this kid going to be that 3 and D. The other part of it is J.J. Redick doesn't play rookies. We've seen that the last couple of years since he's been coach. He doesn't play them. Now, he played Bronny James, but I think it's mostly because, well, who's on the team, right? So, Bronny's improved, but I still say he's not an NBA player. And if LeBron James ends up leaving, Bronny will be gone too, one way or the other, either by trade or they're just going to waive him and let him go. Okay, it's not a big cap hit, like $2 million. But anyway, going back, I thought the Lakers were going to draft Terrence Reed. They didn't. So then the very next draft pick came up with, who was it? It was the Denver Nuggets. And they drafted Terrence Reed. And I said, well, great. Well, he's going to the Nuggets. He's going to help them. But then what did the Nuggets do? They went ahead and they traded him to the San Antonio Spurs. What a perfect matchup. Now, I was saying we need to get big guys, muscular, young guys that don't have an injury record to play against Wembley and those guys. We need physical centers out there, many of them, to be able to go against teams like that are so talented with Wemby and having all these shooters. And they had a heck of a draft, I'll tell you. So to me, they gave them Terrace Reed, and that's the guy they actually needed to draft. So anyway, I don't know what the game plan is, what the Lakers are thinking. I'm just thinking that, if I'm the Lakers, why do you even want to offer him a contract? All the media is going crazy. Well, how much are they going to offer him? How much are the Lakers going to offer him? They can offer him up to supposedly $30 million a year, which would be insane. But that's maybe the way we're going here because LeBron doesn't want to leave LA. He doesn't want to pack his bags, go to Miami or even Golden State. I mean, if he went to Golden State, can fly down and see his family in LA pretty much all season. So we're not talking about great absences as it would be if he were playing further east. But I don't think he's going to do that because the Warriors can only offer him the mid-level exception of $15 million. So what's he going to do? He's going to try to stay with the Lakers, and he's going to try to get as much money out of him as they can get. And the Lakers, I don't know if they're going to go forward, not negotiating with him at all, and go ahead and try to finish the pieces off on the team, get themselves some 3-and-D players, possibly some centers, make some trades. I've heard some pretty fantastic trades involving LeBron James and his son Bronny going together in a sign deal and going to another team, and the Lakers actually get somebody back, like Jared Allen from Cleveland, if they were trading the Cavaliers. But again, he has a no-trade clause, so he has all say in this. And that's something I said a while back. You never give anybody a no-trade clause because now you're stuck. He has to approve a trade. And who knows, he's not going to want to help the Lakers. I mean, really, if he's leaving and he knows he's being phased out, why would he want to help them? So, I'm thinking, the logical thing to do is just go someplace else, sign for little money, a place that you can win a championship. But are you interested in winning a championship? I don't know. He's saying he just wants to enjoy the game. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear that I want to win a championship before I retire. And we're not hearing that out of him. I'm thinking we're going the other direction. So really, when you put it all together, if the Lakers offer him 15 mid-level exception, then I don't know if he's going to come back for that. He can go to Golden State, and if they actually do acquire Anthony Davis and they put that team together, it's a good team. It's an older team, not a fast team, but it's a good team. Whether or not they can beat Oklahoma City Thunder or the new Spurs with all their players they drafted, or even other teams, it's hard to say. Can they beat the Rockets next year? Hard to say. It's pretty much they're going to lose Marcus Smart. He's going to opt out, and he's going to get more money someplace else. So you're losing a good defensive piece that you had last year. He played really well for the Lakers. So with LeBron James, what are you really interested in doing? Are you really wanting to improve the team here in 2026 around Luka Doncic like you said you were going to do when he signed with the Lakers and said, yep, 2026, that's the year where we're going to sign free agents and we're going to build that team that's going to be real close to the Dallas Mavericks that went to the finals a couple of years ago. Well, how is signing LeBron James similar to the Mavericks? The Mavericks didn't have a 42-year-old player when they went to the finals. It's foregone conclusion that LeBron does not play defense anymore, at least not very well. He stands around a lot to rest, especially on defense, and he only comes involved in the offense when the ball comes to him. Then he's got all the energy in the world because he can drive the lane, score, whatever. But, you have to think about it. If you sign LeBron James, what are you really getting? You're getting an off-ball player now, and that's not his ideal traits. He is a distributor. He is LeBron James. He is the PowerPoint forward is what he is, and he's played his whole career. So I don't see how effective he's going to be to you with a mid-level exception if he took it and play out there in a wing or in the corner because defensively he's always going to be resting. And you're going against teams like San Antonio who have all these young guys that are 3-and-D guys that play great defense, great energy. They don't get tired. Going against this, they're probably going to beat them every time they meet. just because the fact that you have players standing around. You can't have four players on the team like bumblebees playing defense and have a bad defensive player. And maybe you might mask it with a soft zone like what the Lakers do with LeBron, but it doesn't work throughout the entire game. You're going to get scored on. You know, you need defensive players that don't lose their players, that'll actually hit the boards and try to get rebounds, all this kind of stuff. LeBron is playing between free throw line and free throw line. He's running up and down the floor, and most of the time he's going into the corner, so he doesn't have to work very hard on offense and defense. So I just don't see it as an advantage. How are you going to win? How are you improving the team by signing LeBron James, especially if you sign him for $30 million? How are you improving the team to get closer to getting to the finals? I just don't think you are. So if I were the Lakers, my opinion again, this is no shame on LeBron. This is not trying to criticize him, okay? I think LeBron is a great player. He can offer somebody what they need. They need a point guard. He can go to Golden State. He can run the show. He can go to the Cavaliers. He can run the show. He could go to the Miami Heat and run the show. All these three teams need him and his skills. The Lakers don't. They have already Luka Doncic. So as an accessory piece, he just doesn't fit. Plus his ego is too big to play that position. Is he going to come off the bench? I don't think so. So I think the Lakers really need to get it together in the next 24 hours. And basically, hopefully, they don't offer him anything. And he moves off. He isn't lazy and just because he wants to stay in LA with his family and just enjoy playing basketball. That's not what this is about. This is about winning championships. If LeBron James wants to win championships, go to another team. And that's my video for tonight. Thank you for watching. And again, if you like my video, please give me a like. And if you'd like to support my channel and subscribe, please do. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.